The rebuilding of the Kabaa. The Kabaa was the first temple to be built on earth. After the prophet Adam was sent to earth, his first job was to build this holy place with the help of the angels. From time to time the Kabaa was repaired, so it has continued to be a house of worship, even after the famous flood of Noah. After the flood, it was totally lost, and there were no traces of it left. Allah had wanted this holy temple to be found again and built once more for Muslims. It was the Prophet Abraham and his son Ishmael who had the glory of rebuilding the Kabaa. The story of it goes like this. One day, Ishmael was under a tree near the Zamzam spring. He saw someone approaching towards him. That person was the Prophet Abraham. As soon as he realized that was his father, Ishmael got up and welcomed him respectfully. Father and son were finally reunited after a long time of being apart. The Prophet Abraham kissed his son's eyes and tried to comfort him. "Dear Ishmael, Allah has given me an order." Ishmael replied, "Dear father, do whatever he asks of you." The Prophet Abraham then said, "I will need your help on this job." Ishmael welcomed the news and said, "Father, I am ready to help you in any way. It's an honor for me to help you with something which Allah has ordered." Abraham then told his son what they had to do. "Dear son, Allah has ordered us to build a house in which people can worship in." As he was saying this, he was pointing to the place where the Kabaa is today. They both started building the Kabaa where it was shown. Ishmael was carrying stones and the Prophet Abraham was building the walls. When the building had become so high that they could no longer reach the top, they thought of a solution. Ishmael fetched a long stone that could be used as a ladder. The Prophet Abraham climbed the stone and continued to work. This stone is called the Maqam Abraham. The footprints of the Prophet Abraham can be seen on this stone. Today the Maqam Abraham is both a visiting place and somewhere where pilgrims perform their salat. There is no holier place than the Kabaa for us Muslims on this earth. Allah had ordered that place to be built. The order was revealed by the angel Gabriel, and the same angel had shown the Prophet Abraham the plan for the building. Father and son, two great prophets, built this holy place. A stone from heaven. After all the walls of the Kabaa were finished, it was now time to build the corner where Hajar Aswad was standing today. The Prophet Abraham had asked his son Ishmael to go and find a stone so that the people would know where to begin Tawaf, the ritual walking round the Kabaa 7 times during the pilgrimage. Upon his father's wish, Ishmael went to the mountains to find such a stone. Right at that moment, the angel Gabriel brought Ishmael a stone from heaven and told him to place that stone at the corner of the Kabaa. It is said that this stone was one of the rubies of heaven. It was so bright that those who saw it were amazed. However, in the following years, after people touched the stone with their sinful hands, its sparkle faded away and turned dark. The cure of the stone was also lost. Allah had hidden the stone's beauty from those sinful people. After the stone turned almost black, people started to call it Hajar Aswad, meaning black stone. When Hajar Aswad was placed onto the walls of the Kabaa, the building was complete. The Prophet Abraham and Ishmael started praying, "Dear Allah, accept this duty that we have fulfilled. Allow us to be true Muslims, raise a respectful community of Muslims from our generations, and send them such a prophet that he may recite verses from you and prove your greatness and power. Let this prophet clean people's minds and hearts from any bad and false ideas and beliefs." It is obvious that the Prophet Abraham and Ishmael were asking Allah to send the last prophet Muhammad. This is because there was no one else born in Ishmael's generation other than Muhammad who had these special qualities. Our prophet had described these qualities like this: "I am the prayer of my father Abraham, the miracle of my brother Jesus, and the dream of my mother." After the building of the Kabaa had been completed, Allah ordered the people to perform Hajj, pilgrimage. The Prophet Abraham started announcing that Hajj was a fard or wajib, religious duty for every Muslim. The people who heard this announcement started coming to the Kabaa in crowds. The Prophet Abraham taught them how to perform the Hajj. They then all performed their Hajj. During one season of the Hajj, the Prophet Abraham and Sarah visited the Kabaa to perform their Hajj. They then went back to Damascus after making Tawaf. Then Sarah passed away and the Prophet Abraham passed away after her. The Prophet Abraham was buried in a cave near a town called Hebron, which is near Jerusalem. The Prophet Abraham was buried in the cave where he opened his eyes to the world. That town is famous today by the name of Khalil-ur-Rahman. The Prophet Ishmael. After the completion of the Kabaa, Allah granted Ishmael prophethood. He made them prophet to the Jurams and Amalikams who lived in Yemen. He guided and led the community. The Prophet Ishmael spent most of the year in Yemen and went to Mecca from time to time. It is told in the Quran that Ishmael ordered people to perform Salat, the 5 daily ritual prayers, and give Zakat, the compulsory giving of a fixed amount of one's wealth to the poor and needy, first to his family, then to his relatives, and then to his own people. There is a lesson to be learned for everyone, especially those who guide and lead people. People are first responsible for themselves. Then they are responsible for showing their children, their wife, their close relatives, and their people the right way. All of the prophets followed this order. The Prophet Ishmael's mother passed away when she was 90 years old. She was buried in a place called Hatim when the building of the Kabaa was completed. The Prophet Ishmael passed away when he was 137 years old. He was buried next to his mother Hagar. The Prophet Ishmael went to Mecca the year he passed away. He visited his mother's grave and the Kabaa. He then went to visit his father's grave in Philistine. During that time, he visited his brother Isaac. The Prophet Isaac had 2 sons called Esau and Jacob. The Prophet Ishmael had a daughter called Sabihah. During that visit, Sabihah and Esau got married. Ishmael then went back to Mecca and passed away later that year. Ishmael had many sons, and they had spread all over the continent. However, Qazar and Sabit had remained in Mecca. Qazar was the grandfather who was the ancestor of the Prophet Muhammad, which made him also related to the Prophet Ishmael. The origin of the Quraysh tribe came from him. Among the many qualities of the Prophet Ishmael, keeping to his word was his most important. One day, Ishmael had arranged a meeting with someone at a certain place. Ishmael had gone to that place at the set time. However, the person he arranged to meet was not there. He waited for that person for 2 whole days, thinking that something urgent may have happened. Another one of his special qualities was his patience and submission, and because of these, Allah had given him many blessings. The building of the Kabaa and the fact that he came from our Prophet's line were 2 of the biggest blessings.